She's one of the most famous fighters on the planet. She's been gone for about 4 years, but she's back. It's Miesha Tate on this week's Food Truck Diaries, and I'm feeding her Benny Hibashi's. Let's go. Miesha Tate, what's going on?
Just here to eat some food and have some fun, right?
Hopefully it's, I don't know, how's the food in Singapore? Because for a lot of the fans, like, you've been living in Singapore for 2 years almost?
Yeah. So, look, the food in Singapore is good. I definitely tried some things I'd never tried before, like laksa.
What's that?
Ever had that? It's this coconut-based soup. It's really, really good.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. It has like shrimp in it, and I think it's a rice noodle or an egg noodle. I can't tell the difference. But it's good. And then, I don't know, they have good like chicken and rice is a traditional dish over there. But look, nothing beats like America.
No, America is the best food.
Nothing beats America.
Far.
People rave about the food everywhere else. I'm like, no.
No, it's the
America
best here.
Hold it down.
Especially in LA.
Yeah.
And these food trucks, these LA food trucks, people want to clown on them. Some of the best food you ever have.
I wouldn't know. I've honestly never
had a food truck?
Not in LA.
Oh, and this is a good one. So it's going to be a good day. But living in Singapore for that long, definitely a change, I assume. Like, it's nice, it's clean there, people love it, but definitely different.
For sure. I mean, culturally, it's totally different. The people are different, and it's not every day you get, move your family across the world, realistically. So it's a big change. But of all the places I've been in Asia, I feel like Singapore is the most like America.
Really?
In that it's kind of a melting pot. So 40% of the population are expats.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
So a lot of transient people, a lot of people in, a lot of people out, but just kind of a melting pot.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And for the viewers, the reason you were in Singapore is because you were the vice president of one championship.
Right.
So they're based out of Singapore. So you retired from the UFC, took a job with one championship, was a big girl move.
Yeah.
Moved all the way out to Singapore.
Had to put my big girl pants on.
Yeah, right?
Across the world.
Wearing suits and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Showing up for work.
Dressing up. I'm like, what is that? I've never done this before, but no, it was fun. I really liked it. It was a good experience. And then now, obviously, I'm coming out of retirement.
Yeah. Your operations for one championship, like, what was your daily?
Honestly, it was it's such a revolving role. I mean, I did a lot of things like, interviewing Eddie Alvarez, Demetrius Johnson, a lot of the big stars, right? So we create content on Instagram, YouTube. I'd interview the fighters before and after they'd fight. I did commentary work.
Oh, damn.
I did a lot of input for just, when are good times or not good times. Like, they actually asked me, like, you think we could interview the fighters like just 10 minutes before they walk out?
Oh,
I'm like, no. Yeah,
Please
exactly.
Don't.
See,
Nothing
I was like,
worse.
no, because they're not fighters.
And always
they
the
don't
worst
know.
interview is like, how you feeling? Like,
I know.
Poor
like,
Jen Brown. I love Jen Brown, but before Bellator, she's like,
can't.
here we are, 2 minutes till fight time. Like, how you feeling? The fighter's like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm trying to win.
Get out of my face.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go get ready for war.
But only a fighter would know that, because like the suits are like, well, I don't get the big deal. Like, they're going out there.
They want every piece of content that they can get, all the emotionals. But I'm like, there's a point where you've just got to leave the fighter alone and let them do their job. They're going in there to fight. Like, leave them be. Interview them after.
Yes. So you're at one championship, and then you kind of get the bug to come back and fight again.
Yep, exactly. I mean, you said it. I was pregnant with my son, and I had him in June. And I thought, like, the pandemic kind of forced that slowdown around the world, right?
Yes.
So everything was kind of slowed down, and I just kind of sat back and looked at what's really important in my life. Family, friends, time, dreams, and goals. Those were the things that were on my top 3. And I just thought, okay, I've got the family, friends. Like, I want to move back home. I want to be closer to that. Time, how much time do I have to do what I want to do? And if I want to make a run at this, I'm like, I want to go now.
Yeah.
And I just felt like it just all made sense.
Coming out of retirement, you have a solid gig, you're getting paid well, you're still in the spotlight, everyone still knows who you are. You've kind of done it all in the UFC, like, world champion, like Strikeforce badass, like you're on the Mount Rushmore for women's MMA. So like, is there what's left to do? I guess Amanda Nunes is this monster that everyone's scared of.
You know what's left to do is to do it better.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to bring like a Miesha 2.0, because the support system I have now, I never had that my entire career. I didn't have like such an amazing man behind me. My relationship with my parents is rekindled. I'm in a healthy place, mentally, emotionally, physically.
A little bit of me, the guy who retired and moved on to other stuff. When I found out you were coming out of retirement, I'm like, oh man, why? She's killing it. But then that's your journey. Like, if that's your right, if that's what you want to do.
Exactly.
And then I was under the impression that you could still work for one championship and fight for the UFC. So I don't know.
In a perfect world, no. So I basically have to pick, and right now I want to fight. So I have the support from one championship, and I'm just gonna jump over to the UFC.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The UFC said if you come here, you stop that. They don't play well with others.
Right.
Yes.
Essentially, you know,
Yes.
just making.
Which makes all right. I get it. But also for one championship, like obviously that door's still gonna be open no matter how long you fight. So the bigger you get, the better for them, even if you bounce back over there. So
yeah, I
both
think
win.
it's a win-win for at least the one championship situation. And I don't know exactly what the future holds, to be honest. This is like a 2-year plan for me. I want to see what I can do in 2 years under the right circumstances, because I saw what I did over a 10-year career under the wrong circumstances.
Great career though, overall.
Yeah, I mean,
great career.
That's why I'm so proud of myself. Like my man made this mural on our bedroom wall. So when I wake up every morning, I see all this artwork, this like pictures of me and my belt's on display. And that's something I would never do for myself, because I like my belt just sits quietly in a closet. Like if you walk into my home, I wouldn't want you to know it's like a fighter's home or my home. I just want you to be like, oh, it's a nice home. But
yeah, that's
I'm
always
not,
weird. Like when you go walk in a celebrity's house and have like pictures of the movies they were in, you're like, all right,
weird,
dude.
Right? So I would never do that. But he's like, this is just for you. I want you to know what you did and what you're capable of. And I look at that and I'm like, wow, that's like, I am my own motivation. And I did that under less than perfect circumstances.
And when you say less than perfect, we're talking about just turmoil in the camp.
Yeah. Personal relationship was pretty toxic, to be honest.
Your boyfriend was not only your boyfriend, but also your head coach.
Right. And
that's a bad idea.
I know. Well, it didn't start that way. I was 19 years old when we met, and I was in college, and it just kind of got into the relationship. And yeah, actually at first, like, he didn't even support the idea of me fighting. So we were kind of like, we stopped dating, and I really wanted to fight. And then he kind of got back on board with that. And we were just in the relationship pretty much my entire career. So it's like what I knew, It's like you don't know anything else. I never had it any other way.
Yeah.
Now I do, and I just see, I think those bad moments, for anybody out there who's like struggling or in a dark spot, like, I think you're tougher than you know, and you just got to get through that hard part, take a step back. And that's what I did. That's why I retired. I took a step back from all of it. I cut ties with everything, and I really found myself again. And now I feel like, what could I do under these circumstances?
Under the right circumstances. Because I think for a lot of the viewers too, it's like, you were together how long with him?
9 years.
9 years. I'm sure you want to get out before that. And
definitely.
You're Miesha Tate. Like, you're a badass. So if you're struggling with getting out,
yeah,
it's easy for people to say, just get out. It's like, no, it's not that easy.
It's not that easy. I struggled with depression, to be honest. I struggled, with the mental health aspect.
Was that because of the turmoil in the personal life, or do you think that you actually have a clinical issue?
No, I think it was situational.
Yes.
I think it was definitely situational. I think for a lot of people too, environment has so much to do with how you feel, and whether you're thriving or whether you're kind of being held back. And I just felt like I was in a position that I wasn't helping myself get any better by continuing to do the same thing. I was continuing to get the same outcome, and it was just, it broke me. Eventually I got to a point where I just felt like I had nothing left.
Yeah.
Fought like shit in that last fight, and now
you need a break.
Yeah,
I needed a break. You just had enough. Well, speaking of a break, let me feed you this. I think it's called hibachi. It's hibachi. And now your fight's not till July, early July?
Mid-July.
Do we have to cut a ton of weight?
No. I'm already on track. I went in and got my DEXA scan in the UFC, and they're like, oh, you're already on track to make 135. So I'm like, good, because I've done it before. So.
Oh, money. Let's eat that. Let's eat. Steak, chicken, and shrimp.
I thought you said snake for a second. I was like, what?
That'd be
I didn't know if I was in for that kind of exotic food.
Yeah, that'd be sick. No, this isn't Singapore, girl. I'll mess with the trio. You doing trio?
Yeah, let's
Fry
do that.
2 trios, sir.
Fried rice for both.
Sure, if she's gonna do it, I'll do it.
Are you on a diet?
I have been on a diet, but you can't have a cooking show and be on a diet. So you want to get back in the UFC. I'm sure you talk to your man, you're laying in bed with your man, you're like, I think I'm going to go back to the UFC. For the viewers that don't know this, and I know this because I retired, and they made it very clear, hey, homeboy, we know you're retiring, going to do other stuff. If you get the bug to come back, we still own your ass. That was basically the email I got from him. It said, good luck.
Yep.
You didn't get like this cool trophy or send off, like a cool gold jacket.
Just to let you know, we wish you all the best, but you're still on a leash.
When you retire, it doesn't mean your contract's over.
Exactly.
All it does is freeze your contract. So you have to, if you come back, you still owe them those fights.
Yeah.
So your
Unless
contract gets,
they choose to do
unless they
otherwise.
cut
It's
you.
very one-sided, yeah.
Yes, they own everything. So you decide you want to come back, and they own your rights, so you know you're going to go back to UFC. And you know, because you're a smart girl, that if you go back to UFC, one championship is probably going to be out of the picture. So you're going to have to move all your family, everything back. So you tell your man, and he says...
He's like, just to keep in mind, you know, this is what's going to have to happen. And, like, we have 2 kids now, too.
Yes,
it's not going to be...
2 little critters.
It's not going to be... Mind you, we were never together while I was fighting.
So he doesn't know this side.
He doesn't know this side. Definitely, we've never been in a fight camp together. He's fought, but I never have. So this is uncharted territory for us as well.
And he was supportive about it?
Oh yeah, I mean, he's the most supportive
Really?
about
That's
anything
awesome.
that I want to do or be or think about. But he's my rock, so he always makes sure that I kind of think about everything, because I'm very flighty. I'm very kind of like squirrel, you know.
Yes.
If I see this, I'm like, I want to do that, I want to do this, you know. And I kind of I'm so passionate, like I'm very,
Which
very
is
passionate.
good, but also can be trouble.
Exactly, because sometimes I just jump around and I don't always think things through. And he's always like, you gotta think about all these things.
Calculated.
Just thank you. Yeah, the things that I don't like filing papers and things like that. He's good at that. I'm terrible at those things, you know.
So you tell him you want to fight, and then the first thing you do is email the UFC.
I actually reached out to Dana on Instagram. I didn't want to send him a text because I wanted to know if he read it, right?
Yeah.
So me just being a little controlling in that. So I sent him a text to say, hey, I want to fight again.
And when's the last
What's
time you
that look
talked to
like?
Dana in any facet?
Oh, a few months ago at this
Oh,
point.
okay,
Yeah.
so you guys are cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Actually, last time I texted him was, he claimed that I had no surgery before I fought Amanda, and he was like, I told her she should have waited, but he was totally wrong in that. Like, I don't know why he remembers it that way. I did wait till I retired to fix my nose.
Smart.
And it was like, do you regret that you got your nose? I'm like, no, I've actually really liked being able to breathe out of my nose the past 4 years. Pretty sure I'll break it again, but
Yeah,
that's what doctors are for, right?
So you DM him, and was the DM like, hey, ready to come back?
Yeah, basically.
Basically?
And he just read it and didn't respond. And then I sent him another one, and it got to be like 5 DMs, and pretty soon I'm writing these novels, and I'm like, you're just reading
And
it.
5 DMs over like a few days, or we're talking weeks?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably at least over a week, because I know he's a busy guy, and
His
you know,
DMs
I'm like, okay.
must be insane.
I'm like, look, I'm telling you, I want to fight again. You own my contract, so tell me if you don't want me to fight.
Yeah, let me go.
out.
Yeah.
You got to at least answer me though, because I got some big decisions to make, and that's kind of what I came down to. I was like, I will hunt you. I know where you work. Like, I'll hunt you down if I have to.
Yeah.
And it got to that point, and I was like, look, I need to know before I move my family back that I kind of have a place to go to.
Such a big decision, yeah. Because not just you.
Yeah, and
kids,
after like
man.
all this that I wrote, he writes, "Come home."
Oh wow,
That was the
gangster.
response. And
Come
I was
home.
like, look, I took that as like, put your money where your mouth is.
What's up, thickies? Let's take a little break from chatting with the lovely and talented Miesha Tate, who's making a UFC comeback. We all can't wait. But guess what, man? Is your home and auto policy almost up for renewal? Let my guys at Policy Genius look for a lower rate right now for you. Save money, man. Policy Genius makes it easy to compare home and auto insurance in one simple place, all right? They save shoppers up to $1,055 per year over what they're paying for home and auto insurance. Would you like that extra money? Cool, man. We all like money. Getting started is easy. First, head to policygenius.com, answer a few quick questions about yourself and your property, then Policy Genius takes it from there. Let them do the dirty work. They compare the rates from America's top insurers, from Progressive to Allstate, to find your lowest quote possible. If they find a better rate than what you're paying now, they'll switch it over. Ready? For free. That's right. We got you covered. Go to policygenius.com to get started right now. That's Policy Genius. When it comes to insurance, it's nice to get it right. I interrupt this food truck with Miesha Tate because I got breaking news for you, man. It's an important PSA, and it's brought to you by my boys at manscaped.com. Listen, y'all got bushes, and it ain't cool. And Manscaped's been trying to help you, and you're like, yeah, I know, I need something better. And they said, cool story, bro. How about the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, which is now available for purchase in the USA and Canada. It's a new trimmer that's just released moments ago, and we are one of the first to get our hands on it and share the news. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. And with this exclusive offer, just for you guys, the food truck listeners and viewers, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code FOODTRUCK at manscaped.com. That's right. The Lawnmower 4.0 is busting all over your private parts. All right, I'm one of the first people to get it. I'm obsessed with this thing. They've really stepped their game up. The Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer is waterproof, so you can groom in the shower if you like that. And did I mention it's wireless charging? That's right, the Lawnmower 4.0. It's like the Tesla of freaking grooming, man. New wireless charging system uses electronic stuff. Listen, it's wireless. You don't need to know how they do it. It's freaking wireless, right? If you're still trimming your face with your ball trimmer, it's time to make some changes, man. All right, it's 2021. Who does that? Get 20% off and free shipping with the code FOODTRUCK at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with manscaped.com. Use promo code FOODTRUCK. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
He's probably viewed as he gets that all the time from fighters and stuff like that. He's like,
Probably.
you ain't gonna do shit.
Exactly.
And then just come home and then, so you take him for his word. You come home
Yep.
and then just show up at the UFC
Exactly.
Institute and was like, what's up,
I
dude?
wanna talk.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
And was he like, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah, basically. He's like, what do you want? And I was like, I wanna fight. Like, that's, I mean, didn't I make that clear and all
Yeah.
this? Did you not read them? And he was like, okay. And he still seemed apprehensive. Like, he just was, I felt like he just wasn't sure to really believe me or not, you know? So over the next 30, 40 minutes, we just had kind of an in-depth conversation. He's like, why? He's like, are you hurting for money? I'm like, no, I'm making really good money.
Yes.
So like, actually, I'll have to win my next 3 fights to make more in 1 year than I would with 1 championship.
Okay.
Win.
Yeah, dicey.
So it's like I was
Dicey.
making good money with 1 championship, and to be honest, it's not nowhere near as difficult as being a fighter. You know, it's a
No.
full-time job.
To his credit, it's a good question. Like,
It
why are
is.
you doing this?
Yeah.
So you want to fight, and does he go, okay, we'll get you a fight? And
No.
then, no, he doesn't.
No.
What's he say?
So he tried to leave me with, all right, well, I'll get back to you. And I was like, no. I was like, no. I was like, you gotta tell me.
Like, dude,
are
I
you-
moved. My
Yeah.
kids
I'm
are
here.
waiting, man. What the fuck?
I'm
I
here.
got Scooter in the car. We're waiting for the good news, man. We're going to Benihana's after this. Yeah.
For sure. And so I was like, so are you leaning towards yes or leaning towards no? And he kind of starts to chuckle because I'm leaning towards yes. It's like, okay, 135 or 145. And mind you, this is back in September or October. And he's like, I'm thinking 45. But then since then, this division's kind of like,
It's just
Falling
kind of
apart, so I
falling
don't
apart. That
really-
division's only being around as long as Amanda wants it to be around. So if she
Yeah.
goes, hey, I'm done at 45, that whole division's gone.
yeah. So I don't know if that was his thought process at the time, like bring me in at 145 if she was talking about leaving.
Good story.
I don't know, but I want options. So I'm like, look, at this point, I made the decision. I'm going to go down to 35. There's a lot of women there. I'll be able to stay busy and fight. I've got 2 years, and I just want to dedicate, you know, my everything to that sport. Or at least that's how I see this. My 2-year plan, my 6 fights, probably retire at that
Yeah,
point.
and I'm sure for the UFC, like you're by far one of the biggest names in the sport. So with him being a little hesitant, that's probably him just playing hardball. Because of course they want you back. Like it's gonna be great for the division.
Yeah,
There's so many fun
mean,
matchups.
I would have thought so, but I
You're hoping to
think,
be like, yes, you're back, you moved,
Right?
yes.
Yeah,
But he's
and
like,
he
what
was
are you
like,
doing
no.
here?
Yeah, exactly. He was like, no, he didn't give me that response. So maybe a little bit of hardball, maybe a little bit of poker face, and maybe a little bit concerned too, wanting to make sure that the sport hadn't passed me by, that I was coming back for the right reasons. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get all that.
That I'm not hurting
I'm
for
with
money,
him on
that I'm not
yeah.
passionate, you know.
Because nothing's
that this
more of a
is-
bummer when you see a fighter come back, you can tell they're not into it.
Exactly.
Just taking an ass whooping for the
Exactly.
paycheck.
So I get it. But he told me, he's like, well, you know, 145 is a rematch with Amanda. I'm like, so is 135.
Eventually, I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna
she
get
owns
there
both, yeah.
one way or the other. You know,
Yeah.
that's my mission, is to be the baddest woman on the planet again. So,
Yeah,
you know.
I love it. Well, let's continue this. Let's get
Okay.
our food, and then we'll
do it.
chat some Amanda Nunes. Ooh, I hope it's good.
Good.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
I like forks or mayonnaise. My 2 rules in life: no forks, no mayonnaise.
What about spoons?
I love spoons. They make so much sense.
Spooning leads to forking.
Yeah, you're right. You ever seen those sporks? Now we're talking.
That's hybrid shit.
Yeah,
It's really good.
it's nice, right?
I feel like I went to a restaurant. I mean,
Tony, LA food trucks. We got some really good ones. So they give you a fight in July, kind of soon, right? Kind of soon, not too soon. And you know the UFC, there's no warm-ups. There's nothing like that.
I know.
They gave you a pretty tough matchup.
yeah.
Because, you know, but you're Miesha Tate, so they can't give you just some like young
Right.
newbie. So it's tough, right?
They gave me a real veteran of the sport. You know, she's tough. She's been on the verge of being a contender so many times. It's like she's narrowly lost those fights. And then, you know, she has great finishes over Jessica Andrade and Sarah McMahon. And those are some of her more notable wins, but those are, you know, she's finishing those girls. So it's like, close fights too when she's lost. She's never been finished.
And
I don't even know if she's ever been hurt in a fight.
See her
to be
full
honest.
name before I butcher her name? Reneau is her last name, right?
Marion Reneau.
Reneau. I just call her Reneau.
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 Right now.
Right now. Did you have any say on opponents?
I did ask my management a little bit about Yana Kunitskaya, to be honest. Like I was like,
That's
what
a
is she
great
going?
fight.
Because she's ranked 5th, and I think she's been looking great. She's been winning a lot of
badass.
fights, and I thought, that'd be a good fight. She likes to fight too. That's my biggest thing is I just like to fight people who like to fight.
A fighter's fighter, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to give them a scrap.
Exactly. So I thought it'd be really good. She's been taking people down. She's been looking really good on the ground too. So I think she would be willing to mix it up everywhere. But
So you get past her in a perfect world. How do you see it going? If you have, you probably have one more fight this year. Let's see. You fight in July, maybe 2.
maybe in a perfect world, after this fight, I could fight Yana. And if I'm just killing it,
Then we're going Sizzler.
then
Then
it
we're
could
going
be,
Sizzler. We're going
could be-
Holly. We're
Yeah,
going,
or it could even be, I realistically see it could be as little as 2 fights and Amanda, but I wouldn't mind 3, to be honest. Like, just because I've been out for so long, I just want to do it the right way. But I think they're going to push for that. Like, if I win 2 fights, you don't
guarantee
think
it. If you choke out both,
Yeah.
boom, first round,
Yeah.
you're getting Amanda.
That's what I mean.
It's because it's a great story.
Yeah.
You're obviously one of the bigger stars in the sport still, even to this day. You're back. You're on a win streak.
But
They're gonna
I
market
like-
the shit out of you.
I'd like to fight Jermaine as well. She's ranked number 1. She's an incredible striker. And I think maybe in a perfect world, it would be this fight, Jermaine, and Amanda. Because if I do well against Jermaine, we're also one of the, baddest strikers on the planet.
Holly came out recently and said she would love a rematch with you.
I'm sure she'll be one of the 6 fights I have on my contract. There's no doubt in my mind. She'll be one of them.
You have 6 left, huh?
6. So, it's not that but I won that one, so I'm not as, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not as motivated as I am if it would be like somebody I could get redemption on.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of respect for Holly. She gave me the fight when she could have waited for Ronda,
Sure.
to be honest.
Yeah,
Remember that, right? That was like
that's right.
the $1 million fight was to wait for Ronda, and she's
That's
like,
right.
nope, I don't want to wait. I want to fight. I'm a
Good for
champ.
her.
And
Yeah.
she fought me and cost her belt. But so I would never deny her the opportunity. But I'm not as motivated by
I'm
it.
sure
as,
it'd be in the works
yeah,
as
I'm sure.
you keep winning.
I think it'd be really cool if I go back and capture the championship, and she gets to challenge me.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's a
Right?
great story. Yeah.
Yeah, because last
That's a
time
great story.
she was the champ and I was challenging. So
A lot of times fighters come back after all these years. We've seen these legends come back and the game's passed them by. But if you look at the ranked, especially in the 135-pound division, a lot of those same people you were scrapping with are top of the rankings.
Yeah,
it's not like it's all young blood up there.
no, they're
It's kinda
still
these old OG vets are still doing the damn thing.
exactly. Juliana Pena, Jermaine Durandamy,
Holly Holm.
Holly Holm, right? They're all my
They're all right there.
generation, and they're
Amanda
all in that
Nunes.
top 5.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Sarah McMahon is still doing her thing,
Yeah.
She just had a second kid and she's
Oh,
coming
damn.
back, So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's good stuff. So I don't think this sport's passed me by, but I did have to kind of ask myself that, to be honest. It's been 4 years, so it's like I had to get back in there and mix it up a little bit, glove up and throw down with some of my old teammates. And
And how'd it go?
before they even knew that I was thinking about a comeback, they were like, "Damn, Miesha,
Well, they're
it's
like,
you
"Damn,
never
Miesha,
left."
relax. Yeah.
I know, right? Like mom strength now. So.
Yeah. That
was
mama
good.
bear strength. When you're fighting for something different, when you're fighting for something more, it's definitely a difference,
I agree.
You get that mama bear strength. you
Yeah,
know.
I think so too.
protecting the cubs.
Did you have kids when you were fighting? Or how long
No.
have you been retired?
7 years now? 8 years?
7 years, yeah.
Oh,
You
wow.
never got the itch back.
Never.
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 I
You
didn't
know how
think-
some people are like, oh, come on. No,
Yeah.
I'm talking.
You were
never.
done.
Done.
So done.
Yeah, life is great. I don't get punched
Yeah.
in the face anymore. That was a stressful go. It was so stressful for me.
It is, but
It's a hard way to make a living.
for sure. But wasn't it like the best feeling when you win though, and you went through all that stress and you persevere and you win? That's
It
why
is a
you
good
do
feeling,
it.
but I was
But-
always like, I'd go, and I'm not even a religious person. Like if I knocked a guy out quick or something like that, I'd get back and just pray that I'm not hurt and I'm just good to go,
Yeah.
It's a great feeling when you win. It's like the highs are so high and the lows are so low. But for me, it was like it was like, if there's a kid bullying in school and you're like, oh, I got to do this again. And then that bully like moves, and you're like, oh, thank God he's gone. And now a bigger bully's coming. So it's like if you beat the 10th guy, you know the 8th guy's next. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to relax on vacation, but I'm stressed out because I know I got to fight this monster. So I was always, my
Well,
anxiety
to be fair,
was,
you're a monster too.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
yeah.
In case you didn't.
Kind of. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but it's
Now you're
just,
just a big teddy bear for your kids, right?
yeah. Yeah, it's just it's a rough go. It's just a rough go.
It's a roller coaster, that's for sure. But, you know, I'm getting on the ride again. So
I'm excited for it.
I'm excited
for
too.
you.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm thrilled. Like, I feel like I'm in such a good place. And here's the difference. Before I did it because I had to, or at least I thought, because
Sure.
I didn't know anything else. I was Miesha Tate the fighter. That's it. I didn't know anything else. Now I've gone back and I've answered so many questions about what happens after fighting. I don't know all the answers. I'm Miesha Tate, the vice president. Miesha Tate, you know, here I am,
You're a
you know,
smart
with you.
girl.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm doing so many other things. I've
Yeah, you should probably
commentated.
host
I've
this show.
done,
Yeah.
I've hosted. I've done lots of things. A radio show host on Sirius XM, and I'm a mommy. Like, at the end of the day, I'm a mom. I'm a partner. I'm a daughter. I have an amazing family and support system behind me. It's like, I want to go out there and I want to touch gold again. But if I don't,
It's all good.
I get to go home and kiss my babies anyways.
Yeah, it's a win-win for you.
So I have no
Yeah.
pressure. Like, this feels so different than before,
That's
where
so
it's like,
cool.
I just get to go in every day because I want to. I get to train, I get to enjoy the process, and I'm so in love with the sport that it just feels right. It feels really right.
I love that. Yeah, it's the best way to be, where you're not gonna be so stressed. You're free.
Yeah.
You know, probably get the best version of Miesha Tate, which is pretty scary.
I'm so
You're
excited
pretty
to,
successful.
and I know I can do so much better. I know I can. So I'm excited to see what I can do with the Miesha Tate 2.0. That's how I look at myself. I'm coming back with the new upgrades, better version.
I love it. I'm so excited for you. And the fight is July
17th.
17th.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Thanks for sharing this Benny Hibachi with me.
So good.
And good
Yeah,
luck.
Thank you.
We're rooting for you here.
Can I have a takeaway?
Oh yeah, as much
Okay,
as you
perfect.
want. That's
All
one of the perks of the show.
I know Johnny's gonna want some.
Oh yeah, get it for. Or is he here?
No, well, he's in California.
Okay.
But, so it's about a half an hour away. I'll go
Could've
pick him
brought
up
him.
and the kids and all.
Yeah, you could have brought him.
Oh yeah, but then we would have had 2 kids. You know what that would be like on set.
Nightmare.
Insane.
I don't let my
Insanity.
kids around here.
No,
They
yeah.
would burn this place down.
Imagine double that.
Oh,
Double down,
well,
'cause-
yeah, your kids and
And
mine?
yeah.
But you have a 3-year-old?
I have a 3-year-old. She's almost 3 and an almost 1-year-old.
I have a 5. They could have played though, because our 2 1-year-olds
yeah.
could have wrestled.
But there would have been some craziness, I'm sure.
Nightmare. It wouldn't have worked out. Very smart you didn't bring him.
Yeah.
All right, Miesha Tate, everybody.